Just take a look around you for a second. Everything from the phone in your hand to the stars twinkling in the night sky. Our whole world is connected by these powerful, totally invisible forces. They're flowing through us and all around us, all the time, carrying energy and information through what seems like empty space. So what are they really?
To get to the bottom of it, let's start with a little puzzle. All these things I'm about to show you seem completely unrelated, but they all share one fundamental secret. Any guesses what it is?
Okay, think about it. You've got your Wi-Fi signal, the warmth you feel from the sun, a medical X-ray, and the music coming from your car radio. What could possibly connect all of those? Well, the answer is they all run on electromagnetic waves, and we're about to dive into exactly how that works.
So, let's get into it. What are these waves? To really get a grip on their power, we kind of have to dissect one, you know? Look at the anatomy of these invisible messengers.
Okay, so at its core, an electromagnetic wave is basically a ripple of energy. It's made by these two vibrating fields, an electric one and a magnetic one. But here's the kicker, the part that's so important. Unlike sound waves, which need something like air or water to travel through, these guys need nothing. They can slice right through the total vacuum of space.
And they are fast. I mean, unbelievably fast. We're talking 300 million meters per second. That's the speed of light, the universe's absolute speed limit. And every single electromagnetic wave travels at that same speed in a vacuum. Just to give you some perspective, the light from the sun has to travel 93 million miles to get to Earth, and it makes that trip in just about 8 minutes. Wild, right?
So how does the wave actually, wave? It's this beautiful little dance between two forces. Picture this. You have an electric field that's oscillating up and down. At the exact same time, you have a magnetic field oscillating left and right, at a perfect right angle to it. And as they do this, they keep generating each other, which pushes the whole wave forward. And since it moves forward at a right angle to both of those fields, that's why we call them transverse waves.
So where do they even come from? Well, the recipe is actually pretty simple. All you have to do is accelerate some charged particles. Think about an antenna, for example. When you force electrons to wiggle back and forth inside it, they create these rippling electric and magnetic fields that just radiate outwards. And boom, that's your electromagnetic wave.
All right, so we know all these waves travel at the same incredible speed. But that definitely doesn't mean they're all the same. They actually exist across this huge range of different frequencies and energies in a big family we call the electromagnetic spectrum. Let's take a quick tour. The whole spectrum is basically organized by energy. Way over on the left, you've got the long, low-energy radio waves. As we move to the right, the waves get shorter, more frequent, and way more packed with energy. We go through microwaves, then infrared. Then we hit this tiny little sliver of visible light that our eyes can actually see. Then ultraviolet, and we end up with the super high-energy X-rays and gamma rays.
And you know, here's the part that's truly mind-bending. The light our eyes can actually perceive, every single color of the rainbow, is just a tiny, almost insignificant slice of what's really out there. Most of the universe is communicating in these languages of light that are completely invisible to us. So, if we can't even see most of the spectrum, what's the point? Well, this is where it gets cool. Humanity has gotten incredibly clever at building tools to tap into this hidden language of the universe. And it turns out, pretty much every part of the spectrum has become absolutely essential for our modern technology. Let's start back at the low-energy end with radio waves. Their wavelengths are really long, which lets them travel for huge distances and even bend around stuff. That makes them absolutely perfect for broadcasting radio and TV signals all over the world. Moving up a bit in energy, we get to microwaves. These are fantastic for point-to-point communication, which is exactly why they're the backbone for our satellites and, of course, your Wi-Fi at home. And yeah, they're also perfectly tuned to make water molecules vibrate like crazy, which is literally how they heat up your food. Next on our tour is infrared. This is the stuff we feel as heat. It's the wave your TV remote uses to send a signal, and it also lets us create thermal images, so we can basically see the heat coming off of things, even in total darkness.
Just past the colors we can see, you'll find ultraviolet, or UV light. Now, these waves are energetic enough to give you a sunburn, but that same power is what makes them so useful for things like sterilizing medical equipment and killing germs.
And then we get to the famous X-rays. Their energy is so high they can pass right through our soft tissues but get stopped by denser things like bone. This gives doctors an amazing way to see inside our bodies without ever making a single cut.
Finally, at the highest energy, most powerful end of the spectrum, we have gamma rays.
These things are incredibly potent. They're used in a lot of scientific research, and in medicine, they can be targeted with amazing precision to destroy cancer cells.
So let's just pull all of this back together for a second. From sending a simple text message all the way to treating cancer, we've basically learned how to master this entire invisible world of energy that is just flowing all around us all the time.
So what are the big takeaways here? We've seen that these waves are born from this dance between electric and magnetic fields. We know they all travel at the unbreakable speed of light, they can cross the empty void of space, and they make up this huge spectrum of different energies. And maybe most importantly, we've seen that they are the invisible foundation that our entire modern world is built on.
So the next time you change the channel on your TV, or warm up some leftovers in the microwave, or even just feel the sun's warmth on your skin, take a second and remember what's really going on. You're experiencing the incredible invisible power of electromagnetic waves.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? If this whole invisible reality is propping up so much of our world, it just begs the question, what else is out there, hidden in plain sight, just waiting for us to discover it?